Hey there, it's Corey. It's been a while since I've made one of my video blog posts. The last week and a half just seems to be pretty crazy with my birthday event and a lot of other things in life that have just kept me feeling very occupied. I've been sharing along the way. You may have seen my birthday video where I went through kind of my own rite of passage and my Saturn returning ceremony and my new name announcement and all that kind of crazy, wonderful, yummy jazziness. But I'm kind of back into the flow, and so I want to just kind of keep consistent with sharing thoughts and feelings about life and about personal transformation and global contribution and all that other stuff that I seem to kind of keep wanting to get back to talking about. Not any real huge nuggets of wisdom today, except for just a great appreciation for how wonderful and yummy and luscious life can be, and that really the difference between life being wonderful and yummy and luscious and not oftentimes is just our decision and how we perceive our circumstances to be. I heard a quote one time a while ago. I don't think this wasn't like quote. It was something I heard in passing. There was something about the fact that we can choose and create our experiences to be whatever they are. And when I heard that, this was years ago. When I heard that, it made me think about a party, and what's the difference between a party and just any other time that people are together. And I realized the difference is because a party is when people say, this is a party. And so you're like, I'm at a party because it's called a party. And so you're stoked because everyone wants to be at a party. Whereas if you're in an elevator, you're in an elevator and you're not at a party. But the only difference is because nobody said that it was a party. But if you got in the elevator and everyone's there like, welcome to the elevator party, you're like, I'm at a freaking party. Yeah, score. So party is really just our own decision. So where's this going? Well, what most of you probably don't know is when I was traveling through the Middle East probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and I ended up in Lebanon. And when I was in Western Beirut, I was actually grabbed off the side of the street by a patrol of Hezbollah folks, which is a radical Islamist sect that's supported by Iran and accurately stated pretty much hates Americans and all Western influence, and wouldn't mind seeing us eradicated. And I'm saying that with a pretty decent amount of information around it. I'm not the type to make sweeping stereotypes around Middle Easterners, because I've got a tremendous amount of friends, love, and respect for people in Middle East and the Islamic faith. But Hezbollah specifically, they don't like us, and that's pretty true. So they grab me and they throw me in the back of their Land Cruiser and got a bunch of like guns pointed at me and all that jazz. And they end up taking me to one of their stations and throwing me in a detention cell for a day. And these are the same groups that have done like the decapitation videos of Americans and stuff in Middle Eastern areas, I think in Beirut specifically. And I knew this, and so I thought that maybe like my life was over. I thought that at any moment someone was going to maybe just come in and be like, boom, done. So I kind of like released the whole life thing there, and other actually near-death experiences where I kind of just was like, all right, I guess I'm just living off of borrowed time from this point on. But while I was there, I was being interrogated by this guy trying to get a bunch of information that obviously I didn't have because they thought I was an Israeli spy, and really I was just an American kid traveling through with a backpack. So I obviously didn't have the answers that the Israeli spy would have. So I was kind of just chilling and just saying, hey, I don't have an answer to this question, and I'm not this, and I can't really tell you that. But when they left, whenever the interrogator left, I didn't know if that was the last time I was ever going to talk to somebody and someone was going to open the door and done. So I just tried to keep my spirits high, and I was in this tiny little cell that was like 3 feet by 3 feet. And so he'd come and talk to me for a couple hours and leave for a couple hours, or come and talk to me for a couple minutes and leave for a couple hours, and talk to me for a couple minutes and leave for a couple hours. And So it was kind of intense. I mean, it was a life flashing before your life kind of intense stuff. And so, I sang whenever he wasn't there. I was singing, and I was doing some like yoga poses that I could in this 3 foot by 3 foot little container, and stretching and bouncing and singing some more. And I was like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna freaking go out with a smile. Like these guys aren't gonna get fear from me. Like I'm just gonna not give it to them. So that was kind of that. And towards the end of this interrogation process, the interrogator, who spoke a little bit of English, was like, why are you happy right now? When people are in the interrogation cell, they're scared and they're afraid and they're mad. And I was like, dude, and I kept calling him like dude and stuff, and he didn't get the translation. It wasn't working out well, but I just stuck with it anyways. I was like, dude, here's the deal. Like, life is a party. And the only reason that life is a party or not a party is if you decide that you're at a party. And right now, sitting in this interrogation cell, I decided that this is a party. So I'm enjoying my party, thank you very much. And that was exactly what I said to him. And anyways, after a period of time, they let me out. And I don't know what may have happened. I'm not saying that a positive attitude saved my life. I'm not saying that it didn't. I didn't know what their intentions were with me. But they ended up letting me go, and they just kicked me out of their headquarters and said, get out of here. And I was like, I'm out of here. So I caught my first flight to Jordan from there. But I think that's kind of what my message is all about, that life is a party. Sitting in your room by yourself, driving your car, making eggs, standing in an elevator, standing on an escalator, going to the bathroom, greeting your mailman. All of these things are really awesome potential parties. And the only thing that's making it not a party is that you haven't recognized and decided, hey, this is a freaking party. So if you would like, whatever you're doing right now can become a party with a simple decision. And life, in its greater context, can also become a party. And this will make you smile more, and will make more things fun, and will make better stories and better Facebook posts, and will make your life feel more interesting. And maybe, just maybe, if you get abducted by a radical Islamic sect, it may also save your life. Life is a party. Today's a party. I'm having a party right now. Over and out.